It's okay. Off your mind. It's okay. She off your mind.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, Maiyegun don't come. Him go torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. This one not the off in mind. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. Can in the touchlight every corner. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai. Them be promise us say we go get light and power. Nah. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. See them talk say make we off mind. But thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. This one not they off in mind, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Maiyegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Maiyegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. My people make you shout, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. This man not the off in mind, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh,
yo. Good morning to you, good afternoon to you, good evening, and top of the moment to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Maiyegun live, and tonight is going to really be interesting tonight. Some people said, well, you tell so much stories before arriving at your point, but we are so impatient. We just want you to say what we want to hear. I'm like, definitely Maiyegun's diary Politico may not be for you, because if you are looking for a solution to a problem, the first thing you must try to do is to understand the problem. When you understand the problem, and then you see the characteristics of events happening due to that problem, preferring solution, a one-size-fits-all solution will not be far-fetched. That is why don't shy away from the truth if it is going to lead you to the answer. Maiyegun's diary Politico, Temple of Truth, is the right place to be if you want answers to some of the myriads of problems of Nigeria and why it will never work. They have already, I don't know if that is even right. They've already decitizened us. Some of us have been considered sub-Nigerians. And that is something that many of us have rejected. Sub-Nigerians. Sub-Nigerians are Nigerians that are at low at par. Very low second class. Second class is even an honor. Nigeria has become a place whereby If you are not a Fulani, or you cannot speak Fufude, or you cannot dress like them, or you cannot join them to persecute your kind, then you are not the real Nigerian. In fact, you, my brother, you are considered as a potential enemy of their one Nigeria. So that's why me and you, if you have your one bias here or one prejudice there or what have you, just let me be honest with you. You need to appear as a Fulani genuinely, or you need to appear to have bowed to their supremacy, and you can't escape it, because they're not just in the APC, the Al-Qaeda People's Congress of Nigeria, APC, they are just the umbrella body of the terrorist organization that have taken over Nigeria for decades. They just came to certify it and tell all of you that the time of pretense is over. And those who brought us to this level have also told us that we either take this toga or this new identity of the type of Nigeria if we want to be part of it, and we rejected it. Rejecting it by all, by all standard, all ramification. And that has also pitted me and you against them. Sometimes it's so wrong to say it is us versus them. But let us be very clear. We all know that the elites in the southern Nigeria, many of them are in bed with the arrangement of one Nigeria as it is now. Even at the expense of, at the expense of their own people, the lives and properties and existence of their people. We know. But there is something changing. Public opinion, reality, some facts that are now coming to public, some things that politicians themselves know that they cannot pretend not to know anymore, has now prompted them to start talking. Public opinion. And that is not going down well with them in northern Nigeria. But let us make it work. There is no homogeneous northern Nigeria. Do you know what that means? There is nothing like one northern Nigeria. That is also a political myth that this Bukuwari has unraveled. He's unraveled it, and the people who are called the minority in northern Nigeria, who are actually majority, let me show you something again, just for this period, right? The Fulanis are very, very convenient to segment people in Nigeria. When you listen to them, when they talk, many of those guys you listen to or you see on TV, those guys are not the core northerners. There's one of them that came from Mauritania, just like Bukwari is from Niger. And so many of them are from different parts of other North Africa and the rest. So, these same guys, when they talk, they will tell you how the Igbos are, the Biafrans are dotting the cycle. Therefore, they are landlocked. They will be talking about the northern Nigeria, not knowing that they are talking about the Fulani agenda of the north, that they disguised as northern Nigeria agenda. Yet, historically, Fulanis did not come to Nigeria. What is today's Nigeria? The Fulanis who are governors, this and that in Nigeria today, senators making all these ridiculous policies in Nigeria. Their ancestors never touched any part of what is today's Nigeria until 1817. Early 19th century, 1817. And within that period, they staged a jihad that killed people who used to be in this part of that country. Take a look at the up north. You see that area in yellow? That is not Fulani area.
Those are the areas that were supposed to be the Hausa lands. When you look at that greener parts, look at those names. Tell me if you have a Fulani in any majority part of that place. Right? Manga, Mobea, Badawai, Bade, the Kanuris, Bole, Bura. These are those who are supposed to be called, the minorities in the lands that you call the Hausa land. There is no Fulani anywhere. You see that center called Gbagi. Gbagi is in Abuja. The Gbagi people are the owners of Abuja. They are not Fulanis. But when you listen to the Fulani madman talking, he will be telling you that how can the Biafrans be asking to be made the minister of Federal Capital Territory, which is a Fulani land? No, it isn't. Right? Look at those maps. Do you see anywhere that looks familiar to you? Look at those. Yeah? Until you get down south, the areas in blue. And if you look at all those areas in blue, after that Hausa land, that yellow boundary, today, Fulani terrorists are in power. And they are claiming that all those areas in blue, look at those areas, including Abuja and those places, they are actually the northern Nigeria. They are supposed to be the middle belt here, but the Fulanis are already claiming the place. That is why the killings in Benue, the killings in Benue will never end. The killings in Jos will never end. The killings in Southern Kaduna will never end. As long as the Fulanis already believe that the area that used to be in yellow is now in black. They are now the dark cloud over the northern Nigeria. They've been for a very long time. This is something they said you and I should not talk about. I wouldn't be poking my nose in there if a Fulani man is not so worried about the ban of open grazing in southern Nigeria, in Yoruba land, for example. I wouldn't even worry. Whatever they have arranged among themselves that made all the Hausas to think they are Fulanis, fine. Whatever makes all the Kanuris, some people said that the Kanuris, they are the half-caste Fulani, Hausa mixed together because they are like in between. When you see a Kanuri man pretending to be a Fulani man, he is one of those lost people who's Fulani, who among those that are Fulanis have managed to destroy. Their ancestors were destroyed, not just them. And they grew up thinking that they were Fulanis. And therefore make the Fulani oligarch, the caliphate, believe that they have the largest number. If anybody try anything. So I wouldn't be poking my nose there. I wouldn't, honestly. I wouldn't even be interested in those places. If these Fulani jihadists are not giving us ultimatum and threatening us that if we choose, either we choose our land or our lives. And then when you will see the Buhari idiots, they will tell you they are so scared of those who are in the diaspora. Do you know why? Because Buhari's government and his terrorist and jihadist team, they are in charge of everything, including communication. So they have controlled what you say, when you say it, or you can lose your liberty anytime. So millions of people are living under this dictator, under this tyrannical system. And it is a thing of joy to the Buhari idiots to see those who expose the genocide, the ongoing genocide, the corruption, the ethnic cleansing, and all other killings going on in Nigeria. Those who are telling the whole world to stop them, they are scared of us. And they will do anything, including if they have to pay people to help them kidnap us and take us back to the contraption called Nigeria. I wouldn't be poking my nose. If I wasn't under the threat of the Miyetti Allah that says if I don't give my land, if my people don't give up their land for peace to reign, then the killings will continue. And in fact, with what they have done so far, they don't trust their allies in the south anymore, that they will be able to hold the power for them and help them advance the cause of their jihad, something that a southerner should be very, very worried about. I don't care where you belong to. Whether you are a Buhari idiot, whether you are a Buhari din or a Buhari didn't, whether you are an articulators or articulated demorons, wherever you claim to be, whether you are an on-boot slave, obedient fool, sophisticated moron, it doesn't really matter. As a southerner, they have already mortgaged us. They've mortgaged us. And that is why when we exposed them, they said those in the diaspora are those who want to cause problems in Nigeria. And that is very convenient. When the soldiers go after the peaceful protesters and they killed over 200 of them across the country in a space of 14 days, we exposed that. The international community reacted. And so many of them are currently under the surveillance, and let them continue to enjoy the immunity they have now. Then they said the diasporans are those who are pushing people to fight government. Are you that convenient in your suffering that you are willing to die and others should die quietly like you? Of course, enjoy that. They are so scared of us. And you'll be wondering, why? Because we tend to be those who continue to tell the people that you have no government. The terrorists you are looking for, the terrorists you are running from, those you are calling to protect you, they are the terrorists. In fact, they are those funding, harming the terrorists, because as they are killing you, even if they ever get caught, there is also a program that is going to rehabilitate them without facing any court or any justice. That, simply put, your government is the terrorist. Now, to make it easier, they make you believe that Nnamdi Kanu is more dangerous than those who went to school to kidnap school children and left a distraught mother in these states. For example, that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, an IPOB member that actually saw his family being butchered by the terrorist military of Nigeria. I saw his family house burnt down by the police of Nigeria just because they wanted to continue the campaign of fear, anarchy, and the murder that they have been committing for 6 years now. Things they will never get away with. How could you believe them that Sunday Igboho can be a very dangerous person than those who destroyed your economy, destroyed your naira, paid terrorists, freed terrorists, and continue to tell you that you have no right to defend yourself against terrorists until they take your child? How would you feel as a mother if one of yours or one of your children is taken? You don't know how you're going to feel? I'll show you how it feels like for a mother whose child was taken by terrorists that Buhari will never go after, that all these criminals from the north will never speak against. They will never speak against them. And you know why? They will do everything to protect them. And they will ask you to burn down your houses, burn your brothers, kill your sisters, watch them humiliate your blood and your people for speaking up and standing up against those who are going to kill them. Think about this. As a mother, your daughter in her own dormitory got kidnapped and you received the news like this woman. Very sad. I don't know how you feel if you are a parent. I don't know how you feel. I don't know how it's going to feel like. And you know why many of us in the diaspora continue to speak out and speak up? It's not because we can be easily affected or directly affected by what they are doing in Nigeria. But before this terrorism came, one of our worries was that these criminals who abandoned governance for corruption, stealing, and they abandoned the people, those they abandoned, they are going to grow up someday, abandoned, no training, no education, and they will become the danger that the society will have to deal with because they will need to survive too. We decided to chip it in that we're not just going to be sending in money, right? Remitting money back into Nigeria every now and then. As the poverty increases in Nigeria, so our responsibility to those we care and love in that place. Now, that affects us indirectly until terrorism came. Now, terrorism is in a different way. We can stay away. You and I can stay away from Nigeria for as long as we want. But how far away are we from Nigeria for real? Where you have those who still have parents, where you have all those you really, really love and care for those of you who have family members that are indeed valuable to you, right? How far are you from Nigeria? How far do you think you are from Nigeria? And how far do you think the disaster of Nigeria is from your family? Now, if anything happens to any one of us family, for example, look at that woman. I believe that maybe one or two of our family members will probably be in Europe or in anywhere all over the world, possibly. And they have seen a video crying because they've taken her only daughter. Some other women, their children were taken as well, right? So wherever they are right now, maybe one of them is watching me and he will tell you, well, they kidnapped my uncle last week. We paid ransom and they killed him. Now, this is the way Nigeria affects you from wherever you are. And if you now feel like, wouldn't be your business with Nigeria, maybe that will explain it. Now, when you now have people who stand up to say the whole world must not look on for the crime being committed by the Fulani terrorists in Nigeria, sponsored and financed, backed by the terrorist regime of Bukwari, we have all evidence to prove that. All evidence, the collusion of the military with the terrorists. We have that, and we have proved that many times. And they're not going to get away with it. They won't. Now, in a place where this happens, we are all affected. You can be in Nigeria tomorrow, and all of these things you have been hearing and reading about, you'd never believe will ever happen because you are not from the northern Nigeria, or you don't do much of it. You know, all that stuff that goes on in your head that makes you think all of this is just to cause problem in Nigeria because there is no problem in Nigeria. One day you will be there. And I pray that I won't use your story to warn other people too. Because when anything happens to you, I am going to hear about it. Yes. Remember that guy that traveled to Nigeria from Germany? He was on his way back. He wasn't kidnapped. He wasn't attacked by Fulani terrorists. He was shot and killed by the Nigerian military at a roadblock in Imo State, Owerri. So there is so many ways Nigeria will kill you. And guess what? I hope you won't die when Nigeria happened to you. So that when I use your story, I can also use you as an eyewitness and bring you to my program and say, come and talk about your experience. Shebi, you never believed that Nigeria can happen to you? Should you believe that exposing these criminals is just like trying to cause problem for Nigeria? What we are doing is that we are exposing those who are causing the problem. And if the South can just see through the charade, there is no union with anything that has to do with these Fulanis. Politically, the only arrangement that should be ongoing right now is a total shutdown of the southern Nigeria and the immediate demand for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, something that the diasporans are doing now, something that many, many people are looking forward to be part of all over the world every day. From Germany to Italy, from Italy to Canada, from Canada to Washington, to New York, to Dallas, to, from there down to London, from London down to Ireland back across the border to Asia, on and on and on and on, demanding for Biafra, demanding for Oduduwa Republic, demanding for the immediate release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, because we can do it just before Nigeria will happen to any of us. You know what I'm talking about. I've got somebody who have something similar coming up again. Julie, she was here a few times ago. But before I bring her on, by the way, you see, those who defend terrorists, they are asking you and me to give our brothers up for standing up for us. Give them up to this terrorist sponsor. Like this guy said, just to repeat.
When you ask a battery of questions, how do you expect me to convince you? Let me step one by one. IPOB is attacking the police, is attacking the army, is attacking INEC, government institutions, killing our men in service. And the herdsmen are kidnapping children, not to kill them, to get money. So how can you compare somebody who's killing our gallant men in the armed forces directly, attacking them, to somebody who's kidnapping children to make money, not to kill them? Look, we need some fairness in what we are doing.
Shocking. Well, not to me. Julie, I'm so happy to have you back again, because you have been working behind the scene as one of the the diasporans who are advocating for especially the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, but that wasn't in the plan. It was pretty much like raising awareness on the Biafran agitation, Oduduwa Republic, and bringing young people into this self-determination struggle, especially in the diaspora, where we won't be having just the old people, like you said, but including the young people whose future we are much interested in now. So, Julie, here we are. How has it been, and how are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Plans are afoot for the protest march on the 31st of July. So we're making a lot of progress with that. I've had a lot of help from lots of other wonderful bloggers like yourself. I know that Chidi of Worship Media TV, he's advertised it extensively on his platform. And I'm expecting that I think a couple of other bloggers, I don't want to commit them, are planning to do something similar. So we're making progress, slow and steady, really well.
Now, just a bit of a catch up. Okay, I want you to tell us what this new rally, because there's so many scheduled, especially around the Parliament in London this month. Yours is coming up on the 31st of July, and I want you to tell us more about it.
Again, it's like, I think it's important. There are a group of people who are having a protest every single day. They go to Downing Street. And the idea behind that is that you just turn up. So you don't have to worry about whether you can fit this time or fit that time. You just turn up and make your voice heard. And I think all of this is very important, because what's happened since Nnamdi Kanu has been taken into custody is that the Nigerian government has had a bigger problem on their hands. You know, it's been all over the place. Every other day there's a protest march going. And I think this is what we have to do to keep it high up there on the agenda. And even though publications, for instance, like the BBC has done one publication, one article I think I read on the BBC, It really wasn't accurate. But there's going to come a point in time with all this protest and all this attention that we're bringing to the issue that even the BBC is going to have to report accurately on what's going on. So it's very, very important that we keep this up.
We should. And this time around, I want you to actually repeat this before we go, delve more into what this is all about, okay? The venue for the 34th. What is the time all about? Because,
So here's the plan. So at the moment, I've got 5 areas that I think we need to go to. We obviously need to go to Downing Street. Right. That goes without saying. It's a Saturday and nobody's going to be there. Don't worry about that too much. Don't worry about handing over letters because emails have gone in. Just to rewind a bit, for instance, if there was a pro forma email that went out asking all UK residents to write to their MPs. So those emails have gone in. They're aware of this. I personally have written to my MP. I haven't had a response yet, but I know that I've had the auto responder, but I haven't had a comprehensive response. So that's happening. So us going to Downing Street on a Saturday is just buttressing that. So don't worry about us handing over letters on the day. So Downing Street for obvious reasons, the BBC for obvious reasons, because the BBC for some reason doesn't report accurately on things pertaining to, the BBC is reporting the Nigerian government's point of view, and we need to flag that up. The other place I'm thinking of adding to is the Kenyan embassy for obvious reasons. And then the Nigerian embassy and then Trafalgar Square. I'm leaving it open, maybe a couple of other places that we go to on the day, depending on what happens, any developments in, for instance, in Nnamdi Kanu's case before then. So let's have some flexibility on maybe a couple of places that we go to.
That sounds so much like a plan. And manage to map out the locations of these areas, their proximity to one another. Have you checked that?
Yeah, well, I'm honestly, I'm still checking that. I know that with Downing Street and BBC, I travel into central London quite a lot, and I walk quite a lot in central London. So that's the reason I've put on the flyer that people should wear comfortable footwear. I think these are important places that we go to. But I mean, depending on what the police say, because there are rules about whether you can be vocal in certain parts of London, what you can do and what you can't do. I'm going to have to clarify this with them and, double check with them that this is okay. And then once it is okay, then I can confirm it. But I just want anyone who's thinking of attending to know that this is what we're planning on doing on the day and the reasons that we're choosing these particular venues.
Yeah, so much, Julie. There is a part where you said people wants to make speeches that day, maybe for a few minutes, right? That they can reach out because you like to. So, have you figured out where the assembly point will be, where they will make the speech, or they'll just have to make the speech as everybody goes along? And how would they get to you?
No, obviously, today I remembered to put Love, Justice, Peace on there. So contact me through social media handles, the usual ones. So Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, reach out. It'd be great to hear from you. But in terms of in terms of the venues, the idea is that if we could have somebody make a speech at each venue, so for instance, at Downing Street, it doesn't have to be long, for maybe 5 minutes. 5 minutes is good enough to make a statement. And then something at the BBC. I'm thinking I actually did a video about 4 months ago about the BBC advertising for the Nigerian army. So I'm very tempted to sort of do the speech on that one myself. And then with the Kenyan embassy, for obvious reasons. The point is that, Africa as a continent is not going to develop if we as Africans do these sorts of things to each other. If there has been Kenyan involvement, what we need them to do now is to help us to resolve the issue. And then with the Nigerian...
Because I actually want to take you there too. New developments have now established the involvement of Kenya in the soul abduction saga. And the British Parliament is about discussing that soon. We hope that indeed Kenya will be held responsible. Some people are thinking a possibility of an indictment can be pushed on Kenya for abducting the British on their soil.
Well, so. I mean, I hope so. I think it depends on what can be proved, because at the moment it's really not clear. I mean, their government is saying this had nothing to do with us. And I suppose what their position at the moment appears to be that, you know, whoever acted, they may have been Kenyan, but they're just involved in criminal activity that had nothing to do with the Kenyan government. So I suppose it depends on that, how that pans out. But it is odd. I'm speculating here, but it is odd that they took him into custody for 8 days, and then they beat him up and they tortured him. And then they had the wherewithal to phone the Nigerian government to say, well, we're done now. You know, let's pop him on a plane and send him back. It seems really odd. Really, really odd. So we need to get to the bottom of that.
Organization. You see, Nigerian government is a criminal enterprise. It's a criminal organization. That's what Nigerian government has become, a cabal, whereby I was saying something earlier before you came on, right? I was talking about how they are rewarding terrorists and they are jailing activists. And that's something that they have now, they are struggling, right, to force into us to accept as a way. And you will see some Southerners who also feel like, why is Nnamdi Kanu asking for that? Or why is Igboho asking for this? And the rest of that. Of course, no government will be looking at them. They want to clamp on them. Now, as a cabal that rewards terrorists and punish activists. So then I was talking about people coming together in a way whereby the unison of purpose that the South seems to lack and also seems to be, kind of gravitating towards now. And this is putting the North in a serious, uncomfortable position, right? So I was asking for that. What do you think?
I think, one of the things that you always say on your show, you say, don't worry, they'll get there, right? People should worry, and hopefully people will get there quicker. But what we have to remember is that this is a country that was conceived in bloodshed. It's been bloodshed all the way, bloodshed from the Gatling guns that conquered the North, conquered the South, put the two together. It's been bloodshed all the way from the battles that the kings in Kosoko and Co in Lagos, and then from the Arochukwu battles in the East. It's been bloodshed the whole way. And what that's done to Nigerians, and then when we then had independence after the fake rigged election rigged by the British, and then we had independence, it's just been a merry-go-round of one dictator after the other. That's what we've had. So basically, Nigerians have this, they're in survival mode. They have, Nigerian people suffer from Stockholm syndrome. They've had so many false dawns when people have tried to do things and it hasn't worked out. So there's safety in basically staying in this default position. It's fair enough that people like Sunday Igboho and Nnamdi Kanu are agitating. Nigerians don't know whether this will work. And then if they risk and they put their heads above the parapet, they could come off really badly. So the default position of Nigerians is always we don't know if this will work. Even if they support you, they'll stay safely. But the point is that there comes a time, like we saw it with the French Revolution. We've seen it in Britain, in British history.
That's right.
If we don't stand up, this is going to continue forever. And worse than that, I mean, in Nigeria, up until now, we've only been worried about corruption, about things not working. We've never been worried about a land grab. Now the stakes are even higher, because what the Fulanis want to do is to run indigenous Nigerians out of Nigeria. So we've never had to deal with this land grab before. So this is not the time to be worried about whether this will work or not. This is the time to throw everything in, including the kitchen sink. So if Nigerians are not prepared to fight now, when? That's what we're up against. This is the time.
Thank you so much, Julie, for that. So another thing I would like to actually ask for your view on is this dream of having the Middle Beltans, which is really, really going to be a game changer. I don't know if you've heard about it, okay? But I'll tell you about it, right? I have been told of some great moves going on now One of the reasons why I mentioned the that there is nothing called the homogeneous North, where they will say we are all one North. There is nothing like that. People are beginning to detach themselves now, and it's looking good enough that advising the South to part way with the North, an idea that I believe will become stronger if indeed the Middle Belt is willing this time around, right?
Honestly, I would be so surprised if the Middle Belt is not willing. I think in Nigeria, you have to assume that at the end of the day, we're all human beings and we know what we need to survive. We know what we need to live. So I think with Nigerians is like, you have to always wonder with them that if you took away the fear of reprisals or what would happen, what would be their choice? Would they choose something that was in their best interest or not? So you have to assume that they would choose to be free. Mm-hmm. And if they're not vocalizing that at the moment, then that's just a survival strategy like that every Nigerian employs. So for instance, I know that, for instance, in the South, there are many people, what's stopping them from speaking up? They're frightened for their jobs. They're frightened for their children. They're frightened that this may not work, and then they'll back the wrong horse, and then they've exposed their political affiliations, and life becomes difficult. There's all of that. When you have governments that have been as entrenched in corruption as the Nigerian governments have been, it's the people. It's a bit like when you talk about monarchy, and then it's the courtiers and the people around and the aristos and all those people that support that. They're the people that you have to convince that, you know what, there's a better way. You don't need to be supporting evil. And so that's what we need to do in Nigeria. But we, as I've said before, we in the diaspora, we have a lot of work to do, because we're the ones that we're not going to get shot at, thank goodness. And we can organize in peace. And we can keep this, because of social media, we can keep this in the news. And once we keep it in the news, then even if the British government are not commenting directly, they're bothered about this. One organizer who has organized at least a protest march in London said to her that the police officer that she was interacting with asked her, said, what on earth is going on in Nigeria that we can feed that, everything happening in London and the UK seems to be about Nigeria. So what does that tell you? That tells you that basically the powers that be in the UK, they're aware. They know what's going on. Speaking of the UK as well, I think at some point the UK needs to understand that it's not sustainable doing business with these crazy people in Nigeria and basically depriving Nigerian people of basic infrastructure, because all that oil money that's going to waste, that means no primary school education, no roads, no electricity, nothing works. What we've seen with the coronavirus, for instance, is that it doesn't matter how wonderful your health care system is in the UK. If the healthcare system in, I don't know, maybe Asaba in Nigeria is not right, and somebody catches a virus, that virus will end up back in London. So that's how it is with human rights. You might sit comfortably in London or in Whitehall or wherever and think, oh, the Nigerians are at it, that's their problem. But one way or the other, that problem ends on your doorstep, because we live in a global village. And that's the argument that we need to keep on hammering home to Britain. This is not sustainable for you to keep on supporting terrorist governments because Britain is getting whatever barrels of oil out of it. It really is. It's not the right thing to do. It's not sustainable. And basically, Britain's reputation every day that they continue to support this government is tanking. And I don't think that's what the British people want.
Danger as well.
Sorry?
No, I'm just, sort of completing that, especially putting the lives of millions of people in danger, especially in the southern Nigeria.
Oh, yeah.
We have collaboration. We've heard that Britain trains the Nigerian SARS, the SARS. They were training them for almost 2 years, even funding them, despite all the atrocities they were committing in Nigeria. This does not put Britain in a very good space.
No, it absolutely doesn't. Another little story, because I wrote to my local MP to complain about the BBC advertising for the Nigerian government. So they were recruiting for the Nigerian government. And I couldn't believe it. It was there on the website. And so after back and forth with my local MP, he wrote back to me. First of all, the emails were a bit rude, which surprised me. The tone and content of them. And then he wrote back to me and said they'd taken down the page. And I thought, oh, that's fantastic. So they took the page down. And then I went onto the BBC website, and true, they had taken that particular page that I used as a thumbnail for the particular YouTube video that I made. But then when I searched the website, there were other pages with the BBC helping the Nigerian government to recruit. Go figure. So so we pay in the UK, we pay our TV license money to the BBC, and the BBC is circulating that money into the Nigerian government and helping to support the terrorist government. Go figure.
That's some big exposure there, or expose, I'll say. Thank you, Julie, right?
Thank you very much.
You mentioned the diaspora. I was coming to that when you delved into it, and I was like, okay, I'm just going to let you, finish with that. We have a lot of role to play, and I'm so happy that many of us are playing that role, right? One of them is organizing protests, organizing rallies, organizing symposium seminars, and few things that we can do post-COVID, right? And here we are. We have people that are speaking for us back home, who are either been, in detention, or currently out of public sight, and that's exactly what they want to do. So if you have to speak to the Biafrans, right? If you have to speak to diasporans now, which includes the Biafrans all over the world, with what you have done, with what you are doing, what would you tell them to do in their different places as they are watching you right now, Julie?
I would say that every single person has a lot of power. I remember that one of my siblings, my brother, he used to say to me that even when your back is on the ground in a fight, that you still are in a position of strength, because you're no longer fighting gravity, but the person who you're fighting with is fighting gravity. So we have a lot of power. Each person has a lot of power. Don't underestimate any little thing that you can do. Don't be scared of the Nigerian government. Post on social media. Don't be scared of them, especially if you're one of those, if you're like me and you don't need to travel to Nigeria often, then post on social media, retweet, repost, watch, follow Maiyegun, share his platform to other people. Look at all the Nigerian YouTubers, because one of the things I'm going to do, Maiyegun, soon is I'm going to do a video where I'm going to catalog all of you, because I know that there was a time when I couldn't find your platform. So what I want to do is catalog at least 5 of you and say, look, here are all these people that will give you all the information you need. Follow them. So that's what they should be doing. They should be following any Nigerian YouTuber blogger that's giving you this information. It's priceless. We never had it in our time. I lived in Nigeria when Dele Giwa got a bomb parcel. So that was what it was like. Nigeria had a massive, fantastic press that was doing really well. The Nigerian press was really I think it was world famous at the time. And all the successive Nigerian governments, they destroyed it and silenced the press. Now we don't have that problem at the moment because we have social media. So they can slow the internet all they want to in Nigeria, but they're not going to be able to do that globally. So the information will continue to flow. So I would say that anyone who's in the diaspora, make sure that you're plugged into these different Nigerian bloggers. Be on Maiyegun's diary Politico, share it. I can't emphasize that enough. And then even if you can't go to a march, then support other people who are helping out. You can, if you feel like, for instance, I have friends who don't want to be seen for whatever reason. They're worried about family in Nigeria. They're worried but they help you. They slip you a $5 here and there. They share your information. They do stuff. So we can all help. Don't be despondent. We can win this if we all, put our hands to the pump. So that would be my message to everybody.
Thank you so much, Julie. There's also one more thing as well. I wanted to help me reiterate back to our people. It is that, referendum is not war.
No.
And nobody that is living in any Western world should help them propagate any falsehood that a call for referendum is a call for war. We are diasporans. If you even more educated. You know what my granddad told me my granddad of blessed memory, Julie? He said, traveling is the best education you can ever have.
He's right.
I never knew that as a boy until I
right.
traveled, and that changed my life. Something that a four corner of classroom couldn't do, Julie. So how can we be in this part of the world and continue to join the ignorance and tell them that referendum is not easy, blah, 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 blah. Julie, I want you to use the lady's voice, which I think is more appealing than mine.
Maiyegun, your voice is completely appealing. But honestly, asking for a referendum, we've seen it here in the UK. We went through it and people put their arguments one way or the other, and Britain left the EU. So Nigerians, you don't need to be scared of it. These people who say to you that asking for a referendum they're just bullying you, and they want you to they want to shut you down. Don't accept it. Just ask for the referendum. At the end of the day, it's like if Nigerians who was, I think one of the reasons that going, sort of rolling back again and talking about Southern solidarity, one of the reasons that I think some people in the South have been reluctant is that a big deal in Nigeria is people are worried about being, okay, well, so we've been dominated by Fulanis all this time. And then now you're saying we're going to be either dominated by the Yorubas because they're a huge tribe, or we'll be dominated by the Igbos, they're a huge tribe. But you're completely wrong, guys. You what you want to survive. In the South, we have so much, if we went forward with this and our plan was to not take into account the smaller tribes, that would be like being trying to conserve the environment and conserving an ocean and not worrying about the coral reef and all the wonderful little fish and the ecosystems within the sea. What makes the sea wonderful is all the different fish and all the different and the complete ecosystem. What will not make a good sea is to just have a whole block of Yoruba people in the sea and Igbo people in the sea. What we need is everybody, every single tribe. That's what's going to work. So that's what you need to support. And you will never have that. What will happen is that the Fulanis will continue chipping away and chipping away and chipping away until all of us in the South will be in Benin Republic and Ghana and Togo and wherever else will have us. And as for those, one of the reasons why in the diaspora we're concerned about this is that obviously I don't live in Nigeria myself, at the moment, but the thought that, all that culture and all that loveliness and all of that will be wiped away, that just breaks my heart.
Yeah, we should be. Yeah, let me show you something. I don't know if you will be able to see it on your screen. Say it out if you do, okay? Look at this map. When people say something is not possible, Julie, I am no longer in that line of thought, like, something is not possible. Who would ever think that? Can you see your screen, Julie? Can you see that?
Yeah. Oh, God, yes.
Look at that yellow part.
I've got that.
Before the advent and incursion and invasion of the Fulani in that part of that country. Now,
and the thing is, if we do not take this seriously,
when you said we can end up in Benin Republic, Ghana, and the rest, of course we'll end up there, or we'll have to change our names. I will become Maiyegun Fulani. You will become probably Julie Satu.
Yes.
And you will have to learn how to speak Fulani. Or else, trust me, you will be living your life like you are those who are living in Southern Kaduna. Who would wish that on their worst enemy? Or who would wish that on themselves as a Southerner and be so scared to be bold enough to say, we deserve better, we will not be part of this. And if we're not going to talk about it, then let's break everything up. How is that difficult for somebody from the South? How would that be so difficult for somebody to take in?
Because I keep saying it, because in the South, I saw it with my parents. I saw it with other people's parents. People are paralyzed with fear. There are people who have their fingers in the cookie jar. So all these oil wells and whatever, they are benefiting from it. That's true. But the vast majority of Nigerians are frightened of rocking the boat. And they're so frightened that when the rescue boat comes, they're not even making any arrangements to book their place on it. Well, what we need to do is to tell them that this is the time. This is the difference between now and 1967 is that we've got the two major tribes have realized, the Yorubas and Igbos have realized, oh, hang on, we have loads in common. We get on really well, and we don't even know why we were squabbling with each other. So that's a very good example. And then all the other little mini tribes, they need to come together, because this is the way. Like I said to you, is like I grew up in Benin. So all the smaller tribes that used to be Bendel and Delta State. So I know of all the wonderful little tribes. I know about the Benins. I know about the Ishans. I know about the Urobos, Isoko, Ishekiri, all of that. These are all wonderful tribes that we don't want to lose them. And we certainly don't want them to be speaking a different language if all of this doesn't go the way we want. There's no reason why this shouldn't go the way we want it to go if we all gang up together in the right way.
There's something I want you to say as well, just before you, to some people, say logically, there is no referendum in that their trashy book called Constitution, right? But here we are. We have those who are making a demand now to amend the Constitution in order to make people think they are open for some adjustment, which they are not, right? Now, logically, you will say the South, if there's anything to push for at all, shouldn't there be a referendum? I have seen them pushing for more states in the East.
No.
I have seen them pushing for 6 regions.
No.
Yes.
No.
I think things to buy time.
Yeah. I think
that we never address the problem. Why referendum in not what they're asking for, Julie, if I may ask?
You mean why are they asking us to go for a referendum?
A referendum of a request when the North is working on how they are going to pass water resources that will give them access to all the waterways and from those waterways, and they are pushing it seriously. They are pushing other bills like a speech bill that will make me and you never to ask questions and never stand up and say anything. And the most ridiculous thing about what these northern criminals are pushing is that if you are ever arrested, for violating any of those laws, you have no right to go to court until they tell you to go to court. That is to protect the North.
It is.
Why in South?
I think I have to be honest. There's a video of this lawyer that's making the rounds on social media, and he's saying his argument is that all the levers exist in the Nigerian constitution. So what they're asking for is that they want us to have a referendum. But before we go for a referendum, we should go for regions, and then we should go for regions first of all, and then we should work our way from regions to a referendum. People, that's nonsense, right? It's nonsense. Go for a clean break. Yeah. Just like in divorce, like if you had a good divorce lawyer and you've been in an abusive marriage for ages, what you want to do is a clean break. That's what we need. None of that nonsense is going to work. It's all buying time, and time, as we know in politics, 7 days in politics is a long time, let alone years and years and years. So this is our chance. We have the momentum. What we need to do is to break away from Nigeria. That's what we need to do.
Thank you so much, Julie.
I don't trust their systems either in terms of voting, because we know that it was the first elections that the British oversaw in and I never get the dates right. I think it's 1959. But I remember reading somewhere that there were villages of 5,000 people from nowhere appearing. That's how badly it was rigged. So I am very, 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 very nervous about any election that is going to be organized by Nigeria. People, let's get together and go for a clean break.
Thank you so much, Julie. It's like you and I, we're going to do this again, by the way. It's 12th. So I believe that we still have a possibility of coming in again, maybe once or two.
Wonderful.
Actually love you, Julie, and I'm so blessed, and I believe that every of my friends on the Temple of Truth that has the opportunity of coming on will always make us proud, and I can smell it, and most of the time when they phone in as well, I feel the blessing. So it's been a pleasure tonight.
Oh, it's a pleasure. Thank you so much. Honored. Thank you. Bye bye, guys.
You have a good one. Okay, I will see you again, Julie.
Yeah. Bye
bye. Somebody said Julie for Minister of Justice. I like that. Lord Michael, you have a long super chat there. It's time to change our strategy in the diaspora. Let's take our protest to the media, government parliamentary houses, even palaces with written letters of protest to be read and submitted publicly. I support that. And let me tell you something, right? I am not the type that actually believe that the number has to be a big number. It would be a great thing if everybody in that different locations all over the world that are going to stage your protest, because you have chance of staging a protest rally all over the world. Nobody is going to shoot at you. I'm finding it difficult to organize one in Glasgow. So I'm so new to it. And let me tell you something, right? If you are in Scotland and you really know how to organize the protest very well, right? Please reach out to. I am struggling with organizing one in Glasgow. I've been having issues. The first one I put in, they said it has to be 28 days. I've put another one in now. They've given me another date. And I still feel like I haven't done it right. You get what I mean? So same to all of you. It is not about the number. It is the motive. Write your protest speeches, right? Let somebody read that out on camera at different strategic locations all over the world. Record the content. Send them to Maiyegun. I will share them with the rest of the world to show appreciation to you. Okay? Let's continue to do this, to put this in the news. I love what Julie said. Julie said, we must continue to leave this in the news, because as we are, Nigeria government is paying millions, if not billions, to people to bury all these stories, to bury all this news in the normal media all over the world. But thank God for social media. And that is why we must continue to speak up. We must continue to what? To speak up. I'm going to open the line. Julie being part of us tonight is quite a pleasure. And I must say, I am personally grateful for all our expose and all our views. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to open the line so that you two can tell me what you think is going on. I mean, your contribution as we do on Maiyegun's Diary Politico. So let's get that up. And somebody was asking me that what is the number? If you check your screen, you should have the number on your screen. That number is only a WhatsApp number. Don't call it directly. I have my first caller. Hello.
Hello, Mr. Maiyegun. Good evening.
Hello,
good morning
sir.
from here.
Your name?
This is Golden Lion calling from Russia.
Golden Lion from Russia. Wow. Now, you are the first lion in the China shop right now. So please, you have the floor, sir.
Yes, Maiyegun. Can you just imagine that this country called Zoo? My first time of traveling from Russia to Nigeria, I was kidnapped and I paid a ransom of 1.5 million naira in Benin.
Tell us about it. What happened?
Actually, I traveled to get my document back to Russia. Now, I thought Nigeria was the same way it is before, which you can easily buy tickets to go to anywhere you want to go by on the air.
Right.
2 to 3 days, I couldn't find a ticket from Abuja to Owerri. I have a very nice car. Then I have to take one escort and my dad's driver. On the way going from Abuja, getting to Benin by bypass, I was trapped. I saw 7 men fully armed.
Where exactly?
Like people.
Golden Lion. Where exactly?
That was Benin bypass.
The Benin bypass, okay.
I was trapped. 7 men, fully armed. They stopped me, stretched my boots. They asked my driver to come down. He came down, and they asked me to come down also. They transferred me from my car to their own car without number, and they told me they are taking me to another destination, which I asked them why. They say the only solution now is I can pay myself. My brother, I made the money, so I have to ask them what should I do. There is one gentleman that he said he liked the way I talk. He went out and discussed with 1 or 2 people there. Then he came back and said, if you have 5 million naira, then we'll let you go. I told them I don't have such amount, but I can only give them 500,000. They slapped me and said the last they can take from me is 1.5 million. Now I'm shivering. I told him not to worry. I made a transfer to them. So in this kind of country now, and at the same time, they adopted our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in Kenya without a Nigerian passport. Without a Nigerian passport. I think what we youth should do is to stop listening to all these liars, all these politicians who knows what they are doing. They have their reason why they don't want to employ, they don't want to create job opportunity for the youth. Because they know that if the youth are working and the youth have a problem of 5,000 and he has 4,099 naira, there is nothing you tell that youth and he will listen to you, because we know that 1 naira cannot make him to soil his hand. Then they don't want to create a job. They will come and lie to us. Now they see that this time around now they can use roads or what that they lie to us. They have to steal. They have to make sure that we don't have anywhere we can have our own income. They steal everywhere. They're writing the whole country.
They will tell us to go and do it right. You need to learn how to do it right. All of you complaining, you should learn how to do it right. Because you know why they're asking us to go and do it right? They control that right channel. They say go and do it through the right channel. Because they control the right channel. They have manipulated the right channel. They know you will never get any result through the right channel.
Yes.
Rigged.
How can we, when we don't, okay, now, to create a loan for the upcoming ones, maybe you have a business. You have an idea of a business for you to have a loan. There is no channel for that. There is no channel for that. How can we grow?
Golden Lion, thank you so much. Let me take another call, my brother. I'm so happy that you survived. And it's a pleasure that you're watching me tonight. Stay safe, Baba. And that's some story, man. I told you, I said, if you survive, we will use your story as an example of what can happen when Nigeria happened to you. Hello.
Hi, Maiyegun. Hi, good evening.
Hi there. How are you?
I'm okay. And you?
I'm very well. Thanks for asking. Your name, for the sake of our listeners.
Yeah, my name is Ada Biafra.
Ada Biafra. That's some powerful name there. Ada the first. Yeah. Then Biafra. That is like the first Biafra girl. I think I get that.
Yes, sir.
Now
Biafra. Yes. I actually had to phone in because of Julie. I was so impressed with her presentation. So and Julie, she made me proud as a woman, to be honest. She's very good and very outspoken, very knowledgeable as well. And you can see the passion, with which she was speaking. So Julie, thank you so much for what you're doing. And, just keep going. You're doing the right thing. And then I live in Glasgow. You've got my number here if you want to save it. And if you need any help.
You know what you're going to do for me, right? Just type in that Ada Biafra. Just that. Maiyegun, this is Ada Biafra. I'm going to get in touch. Yes.
Yeah, cool. I'll do that. So if you're needing any help, in any way, for the thing you're organizing, then that's I'll rather support you in what you're doing than us duplicating.
Thank you so much. I would love to hear from you, and I'll keep in touch. That's very, very classic.
Yeah, cool. All right, then.
Generous of you. Thank you so much, Ada. You have a good evening, okay?
Bye.
So I have another caller. Hello there.
Hello, Maiyegun General. This is the last one from Canada. How are you doing?
Tonight,
I'm so proud of you. I can't thank you enough. But quickly going to what I really have in my mind to say tonight is that shout out to Julie. Like, I can now see now that the people that are really multiplying our souls are the British government. And it's just because of the barrels of the oil they are taking. Imagine advertising for Nigerian military that they're talking about the fact that they are repented Boko Haram, Boko Terrorist, and they are still advertising for them. Can you see these people are evil? So I believe what we should do now is that I'm so proud of them, what they're doing. They should turn on the heat. Britain should be exposed that they are the ones supporting terrorists in Nigeria. Because I tell you one thing, the moment they are arrested Mazi Nnamdi, I told you British are the ones that orchestrated this thing. They just used Kenya, take it or leave it. Because Buhari will never have had the balls to abduct Mazi from Kenya with a British passport. There's more to it. Take it or leave it. Whatever they say to the war is running. It is a big lie. There is liar pants on fire. They are behind everything. Trust it, take it or leave it. So my purpose of calling is, please, your word. Anyone that is listening now, British government should not be scared. Every day we have to sleep in their Downing Street or wherever they call themselves that they are hiding and they are doing evil. The picking wake up saying Mama no go sleep. He no go sleep himself. That is what I just have to say.
Thank you so much.
God
you
bless
have always been a bomb.
You're welcome.
Yes, and I'm proud of you too. Every time you manage to phone in, your voice is something different too. Thank you, ma. You have a good day. Okay.
Bye.
That's our man from Canada. Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, I'm calling after listening to Julie, and I'm very, very impressed with what she's doing. However, I just want to add something to that list.
Please, your name. You haven't told me your name. Sorry.
My name is Njoku from London.
Njoku, my brother. Now you can fire on now.
Yeah. Yeah, one name. Yeah. What I want to add is, the one thing people don't really understand about you in UK, because we need to start looking at the implication of going to like churches, like Church of England, head office in London, or wherever it is, and protest there. YouTubers need to carry that along. If it's the Muslim brothers, they go to the head of the mosque in London here and protest. By doing it that way, we are dragging attention not only to the people in those places have powers and control and influence over people in parliament. I'm also, based on what she even said, I'm meant to meet my local Labour chairman here. I don't want to disclose where in London, but I'll meet them. I'm going to meet her and say, listen, madam, she's Jamaican, but I'm going to tell her, listen, this is what's happening, so you are aware. And I'm going to take as many as possible of your videos. I'm on Ekpa's video. And I go, listen, these are people that are putting it there. If you doubt, go online and check this and see if they're not correct. And with regards to people saying they should hold the protest on a weekday, I have no objection against weekday. But if Monday to Sunday, any day you're available, go.
Just go there.
My friend went the other day, only by herself. She was there protesting, showing video. It shows something. There's activity.
That's right.
Let's stop this idea of everybody has to come on. No. If people can go on a Saturday, go. If you can go on Sunday, go.
Sure.
If you go on Monday, go. All of them are protest. We they go round until we get there.
Just keep it in the news. Wherever you find
Just
yourself,
keep it in the news,
everywhere you are, keep it in the news. Don't just look away and all of that. That little you are doing, you may not know how far it's going.
Adding up. It's adding up. It could be the day you're doing on Sunday that the minister will be passing by. It could be the day somebody is doing on Tuesday that the minister will pass by and somebody will take video. And that is it. This idea of you have to be on a particular day or no particular day, it doesn't make no sense.
I'm thinking something. I don't know if Julie will be up for it, yeah? And I'm going to discuss it with her very soon. I think Julie should be a regular feature on Maiyegun's diary. She has this another personality that it seems that women are they're going to love it. So I'm going to talk to her.
No, I think, yeah, Maiyegun, in life, yeah, we are all limited by our own ideas. You have your own perspective.
I know.
And now she's bringing another dimension to make it even better. And before you know it, it becomes a regular. I listened to you the other day. You're saying you want to start bringing people from. Yeah, that's a good idea because there's some perspective we're not hearing.
Exactly.
And what you don't hear, you don't know.
And when you
I'll
can put
people's
people's
face, in the north.
right, Unjoku, if you can put people's face to their voices, right, it actually delivers the message better. Imagine if Julie was just phoning in. She would just be like a contributor. Look at that.
Maiyegun. The only reason why I started following this Nigerian breakup is because where they are killing people in Kaduna was where I grew up. I still go on Google Maps to look at it. I grew up between Zankwa. As you come from Zankwa, Kafanchan, Kachia, all the way down to Savangari, my dad was a police officer. So when I started hearing about it, I went on Google, started looking at it. My friends are still there. And what people are even showing are less than what is happening.
I know.
Because there are some places people cannot even go into. There's a place used to call Yangal when we're going forward, when we're traveling, when my dad used to go do a training, when they go inside bush, when they go do military shooting. Those places have disappeared. Those villages have basically disappeared. It's a village of maybe 10,000, 15,000 people. When I was like about 6, 7, they've all disappeared. You don't see it on media. It's the ones you even see that you're seeing.
We'll continue to do our best.
So I know how bad it is in the sense that it's annoying because the people I grew up with, when I didn't even know what to say, Hausa, what to say, Yoruba, what to say, Fulani, what to say. Fulani used to just come and carry their number and pass us. When my dad goes to training, just leave us there with the local people. Say, okay, we're going to do shooting training, and they drive back with their police van and go back to Central Kaduna. Those places have basically, when you go, if you look at Google Maps now, there's nothing there anymore. And these people are predominantly farmers. So it's time, in as much as the people in the south, Lagos, when I came to Lagos, it's happening in the north, doesn't concern me. It's coming to your doorstep. You either stand up now or you'll be walked over. Like Julia said, you end up in other African countries. And what happened in England yesterday should remind people that you can never be an indigent anywhere you go to.
That's so
as soon as you commit a mistake, they'll tell you, it's a Nigerian or former Nigerian British or British parents are from Nigeria. That is it. Until you respect yourself and protect your home, nobody will give you that extra name on your passport.
Thank you so much, Njoku. I really spent enough time with you as well on the call today. So thank you very much for chipping that in and for your time. Okay. Let me listen to others too. Thank you.
All right, bye.
So that was a very beautiful one there from Njoku. And I love link past, present, and all that together in their own presentation. It makes sense to me and to many other of my friends. So, hello there.
Hello, my
one name. How are you, Baba?
From the wilderness.
Sorry, say that again.
The voice from the wilderness, the voice that is speaking from the wilderness.
From the wilderness. Thank you so much. How are you doing tonight, Baba?
My brother, I'm fine. I'm here. I'm listening to you as well, watching the Nigeria basketball match with Argentina.
Beautiful. So on the side, now that you have the time to call in and chip this in tonight, do you want to fire it now, please?
Remember what I told you yesterday?
Remind me.
It is not about politics. It is not about the presidential seat. It's not about the rotational presidency. It's not about for protest and protest. Yes, protest is good. But let me tell you.
Tell me.
I'm going to go to the Bible now. The Bible says the violent take it by what? By force. Until the Nigerian youths, because this is what the youths are supposed to do, until the Nigerian youths understand that they, the true Nigerian ethnic people, deserve to stand up and revolute. Fulani are strangers to Nigeria. They are not the real owners of Nigeria. That's why they are destroying Nigeria anyhow they like. We, the real owners, the indigenous people, should stand up and take our rights by our hands. Yes, people in diaspora can protest, but the real action has to come from the youth back home.
But that would be a proper revolution then, don't you think?
That is what I'm talking about, because that is the only way out
in Nigeria anymore. You can't call it. See, the Biafrans were doing their rallies. They said it was unacceptable. They declared them terrorists, right? And they started shooting at them, even though they have no gun, right? Now, the Sunday Igboho is doing Yoruba rally. It's not even a protest, though. Rally. Yoruba Nation Awareness Rally. They killed 2 people.
One name. I'm not talking of protest. I'm talking of revolution.
I know now. That's why I said protest. No fee work in Nigeria anymore. It has to be a revolution.
Real revolution against the Fulanis. All the Nigerian ethnic speaking languages, tribes, revolute against the Fulanis.
From every
chase them out totally from Nigeria. You understand? Because they don't belong to Nigeria. They are strangers coming to oppress the owners of the land. Let the youth stand up and revolute. Those army men that will shoot you, they are our brothers, they are our sisters. Those policemen, they have families. They are coming out from somewhere, isn't it? Okay. Now, for instance, when I was back home, I used to be a naval captain, a marine naval captain.
Wow.
Do you want to tell me that if my brother is doing something like this, I'll go and shoot my brother?
Of course
it's not possible.
I expect you.
It's not possible. Or when my father was alive, he used to be a deputy commissioner of police. If I'm going out for searching, will my father command people to shoot me? It's not possible. Those military men are coming from somewhere. They have families. Their own is even the worst. 7 months they've not paid them. They have families. They have children that will go to school. Nigerian government is not saying because they are working for them, they are shooting people for them. Okay, their kids should not pay school.
Let me ask you this, right? No? Let me ask you this. This one is like a direct personal question now. If you have to, it's going to be a two-way question, okay? Do you see that revolution happen soon? Or how soon do you think Buhari and Co will push the Southerners to that state of resolution? Like, man, we're going to go for a revolution. How soon do you think that?
Okay. Remember what I told you yesterday? People might look at it as if it is going to be too long. It is not going to be too long. It's just by the corner side. Before this year runs out, because one, the thing that will start it very, very quickly is hunger. And already the hunger is already biting in Nigeria.
I am with you. I'm following you.
A hungry man is an angry man.
No doubt.
The thing that is going to cause that revolution in Nigeria is hunger. It is not all this stuff. Hunger. People are hungry. No food. Things are too expensive. It will start from people stealing from one another. That's how it's going to start. From stealing from one another, it will get to a point you can't even see anything to steal anymore. And they'll start going after the rich people.
They said hunger no tribe. They said hunger no tribe. So does that mean that when the real revolution will start, even the North, defending these people, they will join? Because hunger no tribe, Abi?
Wait now, you go see what will happen. You remember what that girl was saying one time in your program, that the rich men are using them. The girl was making sense. For that girl to be saying such a thing, making a video about such thing. Do you know how many youths that has understood what is going on in the North? It is revolution and it's coming very soon. People will not believe it. You just wake up one morning. What is going on?
People, I believe you. Don't see. You know why I'm still friends with Showore? Because Showore is doing a work that is mentally preparing every young person in Nigeria that until you actually stand up against these terrorists, nothing for you. Now, at the end of the day, when these young people will rise, like you said, until they rise, nothing is going to change, nothing is going to shift. We can continue to talk and talk and talk and talk. But you see the likes of Showore and co, they are making every young person believe that exactly what you said just now. Until you stand up and join a revolution to kick them out, nothing is going to change.
Oloye Nnamdi Kanu Must, they have done their job. I'm telling you, they are not going to do anything more than what they have done. It is going to start with hunger. By the time you go to the market, you can't buy anything. Then you see people start going to the governor's house to protest. From governor's house to protest, you see maybe one foolish policeman or one military man will do one stupid mistake, maybe shoot somebody. There you see the protest. You see the main revolution will start. When the time comes for protest, there will be protest. They cannot stop it because when people are hungry, they will be forced to protest, and the military men cannot stop them. They cannot stop them.
Thank you so much for adding that.
So
that's a very good one because I'm looking for something that will change things. And I know that
God bless and keep giving you.
Yeah, sorry for cutting you again there. Say something. You are saying something, please.
What I'm saying is that the Nigerian people right now, some people are still seeing a little to eat. Some people are still can still afford little food. Some people still have relations to help them. It will come a time where you'll be going to those relations. Those relations will be telling you there's nothing to help you with. You'll be going the ones that have the food to eat cannot even share with you anymore because it will not be enough. The ones that have the money, their money cannot buy enough for their families. You understand? Damn. And it's coming very, very soon. Before December, you will hear it. Before December, it will happen.
Thanks so much. Let me take another call again as well.
They know that Nigeria will not survive. Indirectly, they are trying to tell you that Nigeria will not survive. They are trying to tell you there will be no election by 2023. That is just to checkmate, to give you hope. There will be 2023. There will be no 2022 even. Mark my word.
Thanks, Baba. Now let me take another call, bro. I'll see. I'll talk to you again. Okay.
You my brother. Okay. You should get well with you. It's well with you.
It is well with you too. Thank you so much. Stay safe. Okay. Yeah. I have another caller. Hello there.
Now, let's take another call.
I'm so sorry. You've been on the phone for this while. Hello.
Don't come. You.
Hello, sir.
How you doing? My name is.
Your name?
Well, Maiyegun, I really want to say thank you so very much for the great job you are doing. I mean, the grace is sufficient, and the power is too much, man. You are rugged, man.
Thank you. I've got great friends, right? And every time they always have my back, right? And I said,
yeah, we are here, Maiyegun. In fact, thank you so much. I'm calling from the part of Biafra, and I support. We are Biafrans, and we support Yoruba nation now. But then, tell them to free our Mazi. Yeah, tell them to free our Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And our sister Julie, man, that lady, she's brilliant. She's educated. She knows what to say. She's very smart. And I think we'd like to see more of her. But then one of the reasons why I'm calling is because of one of my brothers that called Choku. He was saying something about taking the protest to church. We understand that Anglican actually belongs to England. So I actually want to throw more light on that particular protest in church, because like the one our people are doing in number 10, what's that again?
Street, yeah.
Like the one you guys are, yeah, exactly. Like that one is not really working. We are not seeing a desired result, because I still don't understand the reason why a British citizen, will be kidnapped, and up until now they say they are still talking about it. So are you not telling me if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu happened to be a born British, white, the father white, the mother white, are you not telling me that the kind of politics they are playing, or the way they are, they are acting, the code fit and all of that, are you telling me that this was going to happen to their own son? But because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is black. So, and like one of our sisters, the one that called from Canada, said that if you look through the microscope, you will see that British hand is involved in this arrest. So I really want that brother in Njoku. I mean, I don't know how possible is that, so that he can throw more light, so that for those that are protesting in London, we'll be able to know if it's to take it to that their Anglican church. I mean, I think that one will make more sense than this one we are doing.
Everybody's listening. I know. You see, we have a lot of people here who will go to their different MPs just to make sure that their MP mentioned it on the parliament, on the floor of the parliament. There are so many ways. You know, it's not like in Nigeria, right? UK has no written constitution. If any problem arises, they take it to the parliament. They drag the prime minister there, ask him questions. So I agree with you. Njoku will tell us more when he has a chance of telling us about that church.
Discuss with Julie, because I mean, like she know more about it. If it's so that our people can actually take this fight to their church, where they are, because they are the one that gave us, they are the one that brought Christianity to us. So then, these people that gave us Christianity, these are the people that gave us Anglican church. I was baptized in Anglican church. Then, if Muslim or Fulani do something, they will favor them. Then they will not turn their back against us that gave us Christianity, that told us that heaven is somewhere, that told us that there's hellfire somewhere, that told us that the devil is a black man, and told us that Jesus Christ is a white man. So they are the one that gave us religion.
Also told us that Jesus said that, "O ye laden with load, come to me." So which means that if a house of God is a refuge place for you, if you are running from persecution, where do we run to?
Now, Father Mbaka has started speaking. Now, there is this news that came up today, that broke out today. I don't know if you have, if you actually seen it, about the judges. I heard that they will be going on strike. Sorry, they will be going on vacation from 26th, and they will be coming back by September.
Their usual way.
Have you seen it?
I haven't seen that, but I'm not going to rule it out that it's part of their plot to delay the trial and drag it on and on and on. I know. But you know one thing we have succeeded in doing? Let them continue what they are doing so far, right? When they had information about how they are going to kidnap Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, right? Buhari cancelled his flight to London. He's traveled to London, you remember? And he has never visited the UK since then, right? We are waiting for the day they will tell us Buhari is coming to the UK. That is when you really know that there are really people.
Yeah, but
here,
you and I know. Sorry that I'm taking your time, but you and I know that Buhari will not come to London. But my major, when I saw the news today, I think it's on channel, when they said that they will be going on vacation or something like that. So then, what are we going? Because this is our protest and whatever we need to do.
There is little we can do about that. You know why? You know why? There's nothing anybody can do about that. They are the government, right? They may declare 1 year legal, whatever. These are the heartless people that don't really care about other people. Okay, they don't care about all those things that all the other legal things that this is going to affect. They have the power. They are the government. UK government cannot tell them to open courts if their judges says they are going on vacation and what have you. You get what I mean now? But you see, our own effort is to make sure that they don't find safe haven here, and the UK government don't continue to entertain them, allow them and give them red carpet to come here. When the UK government realizes that Nigerian politicians are not welcome in the UK because Nigerians are really angry with their politicians, how do we show that? By this protest and all of that, different petitions here and there. If they can't come to the UK, if they can't go to the US, if they can't go to all these places to see their families, their children schooling everywhere, except if they are hiding, when we make their life that way, then they will end up having to either give in to what we want them to do, to back off. Apart from that, my brothers, we have little power. I have to be honest with you.
All right. Thank you so very much, Michael.
It is their country now. They have Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in their custody. You know what I mean? So even UK will not go there and drag him out of their custody. Now, they have to what? They have to just beg the mad dogs not to harm the child. You get what I mean now? So when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was not with them, he was pretty much protected, far away from them. They couldn't touch him until he get closer to where they could grab him, you know?
And I'm just going through your comment. I just remember somebody was saying that the Bishop of Canterbury is actually Buhari's friend.
Is his friend,
and which is true.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Justin Welby or something is his name. I can't remember. I think it's Justin Welby or something. Archbishop of Canterbury. Yeah.
Canterbury.
They are
Exactly,
friends. Yeah. So now, when all of them know that, let's say now they say Buhari is in London. You remember when they will be taking the time they were taking pictures of Buhari going to meet Justin in his cathedral and all that in London, yeah? They're not born Buhari well now. They're not born and well. None of them is born well now to publicly drive Buhari in London. Are you with me? And say they want to go and see they want to go and see the Archbishop of Canterbury. That's a very powerful man in the UK, but they're not born Buhari well to try the same thing anymore. That's to tell you that things are tensed and UK government knows. You get what I mean? So don't worry. We'll keep mounting the pressure from outside because that's the most we can do, to be honest.
Let's keep it up. Let's keep it up, my bro.
We have to.
Thank you so very much. And good drive for your head.
And you too, my brother. Thanks for the support. Stay safe, okay? Use your voice everywhere, and we will continue. Thank you. Mm-hmm.
We are here. Thank you, my brother.
Thank you. Nice one. I have one more caller, which, I'll still take about 2 calls so as to be fair enough to those who have been calling. I have a caller. Hello there.
Hello, my brother. God bless you.
God bless you, ma.
Bless you for the wonderful job that you are doing.
Amen.
And to my sister Julie, she's an angel. God bless her too.
Amen. Now your name, ma, because you are live.
To your program tonight, very interesting. I've been listening to Julie about turning up the heat. Because I think it's one way we in diaspora can turn up the heat and make it so hot.
That's right.
Firstly, everybody can send an email to their MP. We should keep saying that. We should start promoting that. Get an email, send an email to your MP. The more everyone send an email to their MP, it will get to their attention that, okay, something is actually happening in Nigeria.
That's right.
That is one.
Mm-hmm.
Secondly, we could do Occupy number 10 Downing Street, whereby we will go there maybe for 3 days, 4 days, and some of us will start sleeping there every day. At the end of the day, that will get one attention.
That's right.
But the greatest one that just like whacked my face, I was like, that's an interesting. In this country, they used to have conservative conference, Labour Party conference.
That's right.
These conferences, we know how big these conferences are.
That's true.
And it attracts all media from all over the globe.
Absolutely.
If we can organize a protest outside the conference hall, the Nigerians, the Yorubas, the Biafrans outside the conference hall with our flag, I tell you, there you have different media outlets.
That's so brilliant, ma. I mean, continue. I'm enjoying this.
So there is no way that one agency or one media outlet will not even this is interesting. Let's look at it, because I know Labour parties they're having their conference in Brighton.
Right.
Brighton. I don't know where Conservative is going to have theirs, but I know we can find out.
Sure.
So if we organize and get our people mobilized to the area, they will not allow people to go inside the hall, but at least we can stay outside and chant. So, but we need to get our message clear. This time we are getting to the whole wide world.
That's right.
And getting our free attention. So that everybody will know. We need to tell Britain, stop promoting genocide. We need to impose sanctions on this. stop Buhari and his genocide, Yoruba wants to leave because we are saying we want to leave.
Mm-hmm.
We are not telling them why we want to leave the construction. And that is why those marauders, the terrorists, can turn and say, hey, they want to leave because we are not telling the world why we want to leave. And in political arena, we need to tell them our reason for trying to leave. We need to back that up. Yes, because we are saying we want to leave. We want to leave. Why? So we are not telling the world why we want to leave. We are not drawing the world attention to the genocide going on in Nigeria. That is what we're supposed to be doing. We're supposed to encourage our protesters to talk about genocide, to talk about the killing, to show pictures. No, might not be gruesome pictures, but let the world know that there is ethnic cleansing going on in Nigeria. Right. So we still start telling the world why we want to leave.
Thank you so
much. Now people will turn attention. We are telling the world we want to leave, but we are not telling the world why we want to leave. And now, why those terrorists can turn around and say they want to leave because they are just being terrorists. They turn the table against us because we are not telling the world.
They are saying we are just ungrateful. They said they have done so much to make Nigeria better, but you Southerner, you Yorubas, the people are saying they want to leave. You just suffer. Imagine Fulani telling us that we will suffer if we leave Nigeria. Fulani telling the Igbos that they will suffer if they leave Nigeria. People who live off the allocation every month too, from the money stolen from the West, Southern Nigeria. They are telling those they are stealing the money from that they will suffer if they break away from them.
Yes, they will that, man. That's their plan to cut lot of unrest. That is why they are saying that. They have their evil agenda to cause a lot of havoc. But one thing they don't understand, because these people are so quick to open their guns, their thinking mouth. And that's one thing that upsets me when I hear that they lay hand on anybody. Because these people are so sexy and they irritate me to my bone. They have that right. They just open their dirty mouth and said you will suffer. But they are not thinking straight. Things have changed. They can no longer cajole us. They can no longer con us. Now they are trying to gag the press. Everything they are doing, that's why, because they know that they cannot come to diaspora and touch us. That is why they are trying to turn the table. The diasporans are the ones that want to cause trouble. Now let's put it out there.
And let the world know why we're asking out. I'm with you, ma. Very, very great idea. And moreover, we should target all these major events because they can indeed be an avenue for free attention, like you said. And this time around, any attention matters as long as the world can hear us, ma. Thank you so much for being part of it.
You're welcome.
You have a good evening.
Thank you, my
okay, ma.
Thank you.
Take care. You, Amy, and you too. Yeah, good night. So that's a very great one there from a wonderful lady who took her time to break everything down. And she raised a very, very valid point. I never thought about that. That's so interesting. I have my last caller on the line. Hello there.
Hello, Mr. Maiyegun.
Hello,
good
sir.
Evening.
Good evening. How are you?
I'm Shagun calling from Birmingham.
Shagun from, did you say Birmingham?
Yeah.
Lovely. So, Shagun, you are live.
Yeah, thank you. And I really appreciate you for the good job you're doing.
Thank you.
And this other lady, Julie.
Julie is the star of the night. I want to hear more of her. People want to see a lot of her. But go on, Shagun.
She's excellent. I don't even know what to say again, but she has actually did a good job this night. And for me, I want us to be careful about this our Nigeria, Oduduwa, and Biafra issue. Okay. Our people in the Middle Belt. I have traveled wide in the Middle Belt. Right. The lifestyle, the way the people in the Middle Belt think, how do I put it? I want us to be very careful this way. Okay. It is very, very dangerous for us to believe the Middle Belt are like Fulanis. No, they are not at all. These are people, if you leave Osun State now, that you are going to maybe somewhere in Taraba, you feel comfortable in Taraba. These are Christian society, people that are easily to mix with. And these are people they are killing them every day. There was a day I was coming from Taraba, Benue, down to Nasarawa. These are minority tribes. They burn down everywhere in that place just because they don't want them to vote. They displace them. Those people in that part of the country, they are suffering. And if you look at this terrain we are talking about, it's almost the size of the entire South. These people we are talking about, so they are not people who just think they are just part of Fulanis. If you could remember some few weeks ago, Obasanjo said, if the South break away, there will be genocide and wiping, extermination of the Middle Belt people.
By the Fulani North.
By the Fulanis. So people don't understand what Obasanjo is saying. Look, the breaking of Nigeria, honestly, I don't know how it will happen. I don't know. But what about the larger percentage of people in the Middle Belt? Because the Middle Belt is even bigger more than the entire South, to my own statistics.
Almost.
So how do we do those people?
Almost.
By land mass, they have also population. So how do we go about these people? But I want to tell the Middle Belt people as well, please speak up. You people are not helping issue enough.
Let me quickly say something, Shegun. They may not be making much or louder noise like us yet. You see, here in the UK, they have this very big, reputable association, the TV people from Benue. They are really, really prominent here in the UK, right? Now, I have also seen them made a presence in the Ninas. Okay, they've made a presence and made a reach out to other ethnic nationalities from the South. They are already trying. I don't know how far they have gone.
Hey, that's what I'm heading to.
Go on.
Yeah, that's what I'm heading to. Like, I was watching Arise TV some days ago. There is a Fulani, the guy that called himself Northern Elders Forum, and there is other one man there is one other man is a representative of the Middle Belt Forum. The man was saying, look, we are in alignment with what the southern governors are saying. The Fulani is saying, but Middle Belt is part of the North. The truth is that the Middle Belt now realize for the survival of their culture and their heritage and their existence, they must align with the South.
They are seeing it now.
Just like Julie said, she will be surprised if the Middle Belt fails to agree with the South. They must wake up and align with, because Fulani is only after economic and land grabbing. They want to extend. Look, all this, and I want us to be very careful. They will say there is killing in Zamfara today, there is killing in Kebbi today, there is killing, and they will now come and say the Northerners are feeling it. Look, bros, that places, I've been to all those places. I school in the North. So those places you are seeing, these are minority, small language, ethnic groups.
And mostly Christian communities too, Shegun. I actually know that too, yeah. But when they say, oh, they're attacking Zamfara, they're attacking Niger, they're attacking Taraba, attacking all these places.
Mr. Maiyegun, you see Zamfara, that you see everyday crisis. It is a crisis between the Hausas and the Fulanis. The Hausas are predominantly farmers. Down to Niger. Hausas, Baggies, they new place, they dominate all those places. They are predominantly farmers. Then Fulanis from Mali and all these stupid places will just come and ravage their farm, destroy everything, displace them. Look, as far as I'm concerned, Boko Haram, bandits, Fulani S-men, all these things, they are all one people, headed by Buhari. Buhari is their grandfather. And what they are doing, I'm so happy, even though those idiots people in our southern governors, I'm happy with the way they are doing things way.
But at least they are doing something that is making them angry.
Honestly speaking, if there is, and honestly speaking, that if educated people should know how to do things better than illiterate.
I believe so.
That if you are fighting war, you have to be strategic. There are times you fight, there are times you step back. See, if you want Nnamdi Kanu, Igboho, and co to escape what is happening now, we must support these southern leaders for now.
We have to.
Or else, Nnamdi Kanu will die in prison. I can bet you with my life. They will not free that guy. We must rescue power away from the Fulani Marauders. These Fulani redentists, they want to ensure. Look at the way they are taking. They are now saying presidency should be on merit. Are they more merit? Are they more educated than the South?
The most meritorious person is the Bokwari demand that cannot define what is livestock.
So now we must be like me. I believe the Afenifere of today now. I will not wait for Tinubu and Coast to tell me what to do. I would rather wait for what Afenifere as a Yoruba boy would do. Because yes, in as much as I'm not happy with them for a long time, but with the situation of the country now, if we say we not go agree, I can bet you anybody that say Nigeria will not end this year is a liar. Nigeria will end this year. Nigeria will end 2022.
Well, you know, even if you know what made, people know, even those who know what made Nigeria end, Shagun, right? Who are praying, they wish, they say, well, we just wish this whole thing will go away, right? Nigeria will prove it to them that don't wish you now bad wishes. So you can't wish to keep Nigeria one. For now time everybody they buy. Shege, thank you so much for contributing tonight.
All right,
you want to add something there? I don't want to take it off your mouth. Add that before you go.
Okay. All right. I just want people to please let us first rescue Nigeria away from this Fulani, especially within now and 2023. If we don't do that, Nigeria will still remain, because the British people will support Nigeria to remain. Let us be sincere with ourselves. The British government will want Nigeria to remain, and Nigeria will remain one. And if care is not taken, if you are not strategic enough to support the right cause now, the way the southern governors are doing, they are channeling their energy, and the Middle Belt Forum is trying to support them as well. We need to rescue Nigeria away from the Fulanis. If we say we no go vote, we no go participate, Fulani will be there, and Nnamdi Kanu will be in prison the next 12 years after Buhari left.
Thank you so much, Shagun.
So we have to be strategic.
Yeah, thanks so much for your sincerity and away, okay? You are my last caller tonight, and it's been a great time talking to you, okay? You have a good evening.
Thank you,
brother. Thank you, and have a good one, okay? This is where I'm going to draw the curtains, guys. I know many people still want to phone in, but we will be doing this again tomorrow. Hopefully, we'll have enough time to make phone calls. To everybody who called in, everyone who made a comment, share the broadcast and all of that, thank you. And to those who attempted to call in but are unable to, Ada Biafra, don't forget, I'm expecting your message. And then, we will talk after the program. And to everybody who is still on, thank you for your time. Remember, my friends on YouTube, don't leave without leaving that thumb up, okay? We are not many or too many tonight, so make it count, okay? Leave that thumb up before you go, and subscribe as well if you haven't. And to my friends on Facebook, thank you so much for joining me. Don't worry about the numbers. I've not been lucky for a while now. Anyway, I'll see you some other time, and good night to everybody.
ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì í.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀ súnra kì í.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Lórí Facebook.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀ súnra kì í.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Lórí YouTube.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀ súnra kì í.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀ súnra kì í.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Bíjó ìgbádìyẹ.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀ súnra kì í.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Prẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀ súnra kì í.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Bí gómìnà kówó jẹ.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀ súnra kì í.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀ súnra kì í.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀ súnra kì í.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀ súnra kì í.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì í.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀ súnra kì í.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì í. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì í. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o, Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀, Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì í. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ o.